YouTube. You could be anywhere in this world, but you're right here with us. So thank you for joining us. I'm Chris. This is Dave. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Money Making Mondays. How's your Monday treating you, brother?
Good as always, man. Good as always. I can't complain on this side. How about you? How's your Monday going?
Good, good, brother. It's pretty early for it's about 8 o'clock. I'm gonna go for a run. Call it a good night. Probably after that.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. But with that said, thank you so much for joining us, peeps. We hope that you managed to gather some insights in this video tonight. This is Chris and David and Chris, head traders here at Traders Creed. It's always an honor and pleasure to get a chance to spend this time with you. Before we begin, do us that favor of hitting that like, subscribe button, notification bell button if you want to stay up to date with any and all of our most recent content. We really would appreciate that, especially on Mondays. As we mentioned prior, Chris and I are going to do our absolute best to break down some charts to give you guys some opportunities to play with for the week and hopefully make money from that. And we were able to spot a pretty decent opportunity on the Euro USD. We're going to go ahead and break down why we're going to be taking along on this pair. But with that said, thank you so much for all the love and support. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. And let's just cut down straight to the brass tacks, shall we? So this is the Euro USD. We're going to be taking a look at the 1 hour time compression. We've already discussed our macro long setup on the pair as to why we want to be buying the euro, even though it's a shit pair relative to the dollar. But as of right now, we are getting a buy setup. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that, break down why that is, and try to make money from it throughout this week. So with that said, Chris, could you go ahead and walk us through why we are taking a buy setup, man? Where are our key levels? Where was the liquidity flushed out? And where we're going to have our targets on a intraday basis.
Yep. So when we're transacting, Dave, we like transacting at the best possible levels, right? We like to buy low, and eventually we're gonna go ahead and sell high. So we're asking ourselves, are we buying at the best price possible?
Yes, love it, man. Love that. And what about this particular setup is allowing us to buy at attractive prices? And why is the euro signaling a long for us?
So a couple things. Price is currently hovering on a minor key level, and we know that the big guys love to transact at these levels. We don't
Yes,
have to
sir.
explain why. So that's
Yep.
one thing.
Check out our prior videos if you need more clarification as to why we look to take trades at our major and minor levels. We've covered that in extensive detail. If you need more training on that, leave a comment down below. We'll go ahead and get another video on that. But I think we've done justice with some of the videos that we've put out prior to that. So now back to transacting at very attractive prices. It's also key to note, guys, where the bulk of liquidity is going to be at. So whenever you're looking for a setup, at least in the way that we trade, our trading approach into the markets, what we teach a lot of our students in our trading methodology, you want to map out where the liquidity is at, where traders are still profitable, where they're likely holding trades, where they're likely to get manipulated, and where there's going to be a lot of exit order flow in the event that we get price moved to our anticipated direction.
Yep.
And we're starting to get that at around the 1.18 solid handle and the 1.18500 level, which are key levels. And if we can kind of scope out just a little bit, Chris,
Yep.
if you could do a favor scoping out, you can see that there was a macro stop hunt underneath the 1.1800 level. Do you mind highlighting that stop hunt that we just saw?
Right here,
Right
Dave.
there.
Yep.
Yeah, man, that right there is a major footprint. Why are these footprints important to identify? Well, it's given us an idea where these institutions are likely to take a particular currency pair at any given day, week, or month. So, since we're looking at the hourly time compression, that footprint is going to be very important for us to have a solid idea on the balance of probabilities where we want to be taking our trades. Well, we know there's liquidity under there. However, given that we saw that stop hunt and that footprint, we want to predominantly be looking for long trades. Now, given that, you have to wait for that you get the setup present itself at very attractive prices. So once we got that breach, once we deployed our major key level at the 1.18200, that is just a solid confirmed range. How do we confirm a range? We need 1-2 contact points at the lows, 1-2 contact points at the highs. It's confirmed. At that point, we're just waiting for any breaches outside of that. And since we want a long, we're waiting for breaches outside of that support level, waiting for buyers to get flushed out. And then it's off to the races to the upside. We take our targets at the midpoint and at the high of the range. So right there, you see Cris has highlighted that major support level down at the 1.18200. And what makes that level particularly interesting is that it's just such an obvious, clean structure where if buyers were likely to step in, they would do it there. Now, mind you, most traders, they will exit for profit at some point in time, but the majority of traders, they will hold their trades, because when you're in the money, generally you tend to lose objectivity, you tend to lose your rationality, and you believe that you're going to extract like thousands of pips out of the markets. And once in a blue moon, of course, that's possible. But the majority of the time, when you're in the money, you start to lose objectivity, and this can be very detrimental to your analysis, as you will start to distort your perception of the things that you need to be doing. So with that said, once we got those 1-2 tests at the lows there at the 1.18200, we got that nice deep excursion, which is something we like to see, and that immediate buying volume after some aggressive selling pressure come down. That's letting you know that big boys are probably transacting there. Yep. Because you have to assume that first of all, the amount of money that it would take to push that price after it's sold off very aggressively in such a volatile fashion, that ain't retail money, man. That's institutional money.
Especially after a move like this, Dave.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. So once we saw that, we started to transact. A lot of our guys took that long. I'm in the long trade as we speak. We're going to go ahead and pull that up in our Discord in a little bit. But bottom line, that is why we are looking to take that long trade, because we got that confirmed range. We got that macro stop hunt. So it's given us the indication that we want to take a long or look for a long. And now that our opportunity presented itself, we're acting on it, man. Can we be wrong? Yes, we can always be wrong. But the important thing isn't so much being wrong. It's taking high quality trades and letting it unfold the way it's going to unfold. We're not in the business of taking 50-50 trades, man. I'm not a mathematician. Cris isn't a quant or anything, but what we do know is that this isn't a 50-50 trade based off the balance of probabilities and the setup that we're taking. And even if you had no real process, as long as you're taking trades outside of these major ranges, you're going to increase your odds of success. So we are currently long. And where would we likely take our first target, Cris?
Midpoint.
Midpoint. So the 118,600 level looks pretty good for TP1. 118,600. Yeah, 118,600. Slightly lower. We would widen our stop loss. Mind you, we were in slightly earlier. If you guys were to enter now, could you widen down your stop loss down to where we got underneath that major excursion, Cris?
Fair.
Yeah, man, and move the risk reward tool down just a little bit, because we got in slightly earlier than that. We got in, I would say, about the underneath the 1.18300, somewhere around there. So it's about almost a 1-to-1. It's still a good trade, man. Mind you, had the timing been right, we would have been able to extract a nice 1-to-1. Big fucking deal. Our timing isn't always going to be on point.
You're holding one position right though, right, Dave?
I'm holding 3 positions right now, man. On 7 standard lots. Yeah. Make sure you guys are always trading to your risk controls as well. It's taking me years to get to this point, so don't just see some guy on the internet, who's making this amount of money or trading specific standard lots, because you don't know where they're at or whether they're even in a position to be trading those sizes. But I'm definitely well within my risk controls. I understand where my uncle points are, and at the end of the day, we have edge. So that's why I trade a little bit aggressively. So there's TP1 would be around the 1.18600 level, and TP2 I would say about the 119, slightly above that. You're getting a solid trade, man. And mind you, your trades aren't always going to be, I would say, aggressive with the risk reward. But as long as you know you can make money from it, if the edge and the strike rate is there, you might as well take the trade. So we took the trade, and so far so good. Cris is going to pull up where we're at, where we took the trade, and how it's performing so far. And I'm
Before
going
we
to
go on
continue.
Discord, Dave, if I can add something really quick. In the morning, I had joined the meeting when we were talking to the guys, and you had mentioned something about institutional traders not being in the game to stop themselves out. And I wish you can go if you can go over that just a bit, Dave, because when you said that in the meeting in the morning, the price chart just came to me right away, exactly when you said that, because if institutional traders were buying, especially after this impulsive move. Retail traders transacted here, they got stopped out. Uh, they're not done yet, but they're not gonna, just have price move in a straight line. If there's available liquidity, it's gonna come down, and they're gonna be able to transact at cheaper levels. And
I'm glad.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up. That's actually very important, Cris.
yeah,
Map out where we were originally looking to take a long setup. It was underneath that stop hunt that we saw. So right there, underneath that. If price had breached that level down there, we would have looked to take a long setup. But unfortunately, we didn't get that. Now, it's not unfortunate to the extent that we missed the trade. It's just we didn't, it's unfortunate to the extent that we couldn't get in at a much more cheaper prices. But at the same time, as Cris was mentioning earlier, part of this whole manipulation cycle is that big institutions, they are going to work specific price levels
yeah,
until they are done unloading their orders. And just because you see a stop hunt and it gets invalidated, it doesn't necessarily mean that these big institutions are stopping themselves out. No, that just means that they are not done with the manipulation cycle. So they will continue to get prices as low as they possibly can, and then they will unload the last bulk of their orders, and then this is sky high going to the moon. But we didn't get the setup underneath the 1.17400, 1.17200. That's something that we would have liked to see. That's something that we covered earlier on our Monday trainings with a lot of our students. But we also said if price breaches that key level, that key support level that we have right around the 1.18300, we will also be looking to take along. You have to be prepared for all of these scenarios. And if you see something, you just got to take it. And if you're wrong, it's okay, because you knew it was a high quality setup. But at this point, based off the price action that we're getting, I don't think that price is going to come down below the 1.17400. Is it possible? Absolutely. Anything is possible in the markets. But right now, what we can say is we are long, and we're going to hold our trades to where we just explained where our targets are at. And it makes sense to take along at this point. It really does make sense to take along. Now, this is just off a shorter time frame analysis. We don't know what's going to happen on the long term. We would like the euro to interact with the 1.20 level. That's something that we were anticipating for a very long time. It's something that we still hang on to around the 1.20 level. That seems like a very, very reasonable price that the euro is going to breach. But that's not important as of right now. What's important is how can we make money right here, right now, on an intraday basis time frame, and that is what we just discussed at this very current moment. So we'll see how price action unfolds, but what we do know, this looks like a solid long for us, and you'll see that we took that long. Yeah, Cris is pulling it up as we speak. Boom, as we saw that breach. My timing was a little off, but that's absolutely fine, man. You're not always going to time this shit correctly. You see that we got our first target at the 1.18810 and 1.19030. At that point, we want to be in, we want to be out. We always put our money where our mouth is. If we're wrong, we're wrong. Big fucking deal. We move on. And as you can see, I posted where we're currently at with the trades. This is within a 24-hour period. We're almost up $2,000. It just, come on, man. We don't know what else we can say or to do to make you believe that trading is a possibility. So with that said, we could expect some pushback, but I really don't think we're going to get an invalidation of that setup, at least not yet, or at least sometime this week. But for right now, yeah, if we do get pushback, just hang on, man. You're not wrong until you're stopped out. Because the markets are going to try to shake you out of your trades. That's what they're designed to do. So as long as you don't got weak hands, you should be able to hold your trade, leave your stop loss, don't move it, and let your trade make targets. And we will keep you updated with that as time progresses. But on that note, now that we're done with the euro, that is a long setup that we are looking for into the week. Cris, do you mind pulling up the pound dollar and showing the guys how that trade unfolded? We made money off the pound. We're going to pull back into the Discord so you guys see this shit, man, because we can't make this up. Like, literally, we cannot make this up. So first of all, show when we took the short trade on the pound. I think, yeah, remember, we talked about this in our prior video. We were looking for a short play on the pound. We took it. Boom. Midpoint target made. TP2 made. And we were done. We were in. We were out. Go ahead and show them the results of that, Cris. And we were also trading the euro as well. So we made a pretty buck. 11 grand for the week, man. You bet your ass I had a good week. I stay partying. That's what we do. But it was a good week. The trade worked out phenomenally. Had you watched that video, you would have made money with us. As always, we trade safe, trade well, trade intelligently, and just understand that, we can always be wrong. We're just two guys on the internet. But we did cover this, and we discussed our reasons as to why we were going to take a short. We took the trade, and a lot of our guys saw this, man, in real time. We took that short, and it made us money. This is stuff we cannot make up, man. I just really don't know what else to do. Like, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors in this business, but the more transparent you are, if you're a real trader, you should have no problem showing people your ability to trade. It's not to brag. It's not to flex. It's not to boast. It's just, dude, you need to be able to show people your ability to trade, because how the fuck else are people going to know whether you know what you're talking about or not? So, yeah, man, phenomenal stuff. We took that trade. It played out well. Amazing shit. And we made money, and we are excited for this week as well. But that's how the pound played out, man. You saw it right here and then. We made that video. If you made money with us, congratulations. If you didn't, it's okay, man. More opportunities are going to present themselves. Just keep in mind, this is a game of time, consistency, and scale. And as long as you're adhering to our principles, you should be able to make money over the long term. But with that said, man, I think that's all we can really cover. We just want to keep these videos straight to the point and discuss any opportunities that we spotted in real time with you. And hopefully you guys managed to extract money from the markets this week with us as well. So do you have anything to add to that, Cris?
Nothing much, but I love you.
I love you to hell and back, man. Always do. Once again, peeps, do us the favor of hitting that like button, subscribe button if you appreciate and love any of the content that we post. That notification button if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that we post. Because the stuff that we're trying to educate people on, we hope that helps. We really do. It's Cris and I, we're on a mission to help as many retail traders as possible. Obviously, we can't help them all, but the more that we can help, the better. And I can go to my deathbed knowing that, you know what, we did something. Cris and I, we did something. And for those of you that are actually starting to see your performance improve in such a consistent manner, we're very grateful. We're very happy, because that's all we could have ever asked for. So show some love and support. If you love our content, share it with a trading buddy if you have one. And don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. It could be positive feedback, negative feedback. We don't give a fuck, man. Just let us know, because anything that we can learn about to make our content better, we're always open to it. And we just want to make sure that you peeps are really getting value from this stuff, because trading is a possibility. It's not just a pipe dream, man. It's not just a pipe dream. You're seeing us do it all the fucking time. Cris and I are putting our money on the line. You're seeing us do live analysis calls. We just took a long on the euro. You could still take that long. Expect some pushback, but as long as we don't get that low invalidated, we should be good to take targets by tomorrow or Wednesday. Depending if the volatility amps up. But we're already in the money. We're showing you this stuff, man. We're showing you this stuff to let you know that this can be done, but you have to be people that are willing to sharpen their craft, diligently improving themselves, and being performance-oriented individuals. With that said, I personally have nothing to add other than thank you so much for all the love and support. Trade safe, trade smart, trade well. As always, have fun with the shit. This is David and Cris and David, head traders here at Traders Creed. Thank you for sticking with us to at another edition of Money Making Mondays. We hope you got value. And until next time, y'all, deuces. We love you.
Much love.